So I was 12 years old when that album comes out, and I have an older sister, and I remember at 12 years old sneaking into her room. She had a tower of CDs. I sneak in, I grab this album. It was Our Lady Peace Clumsy. I put it in. First song is Superman's Dead, and I remember being like overwhelmed. I loved it, but I had no idea what I was listening to because it was so unique. You know, the hoo parts, the alone, 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 the why, like that. It's so unique. There's no other band that sounds like that. And I remember it was like a huge music moment for me where I knew I loved it, but I couldn't grasp. I had never heard anything like it, so I couldn't put it in a box with anything else. So that moment stood out to me. And that's like my first taste of Our Lady Peace. And I had a question about that music video. So there's a little boy in that video, and this is Ryan Dennis, who goes on to have success with Serial Joe, gold album, successful singles. Was it cool to see that little boy in that video go on to have success later on? And how did he end up in that video to start with?
Yeah, well, George Vale, the director of that video, we were there for the audition when Ryan auditioned. And, we just thought it was interesting that the concept where it's a boy or a girl, that was kind of the idea of the video. And it just being there to see his audition. He was really had a lot of emotion. So we were like, this is great. And that video was so popular that he literally got a career out of it, and was good. Like he made some cool music and picked up on his own deal. But it was just, that's how crazy that video was. That like a guy somehow, leveraged some fame out of it in a way, because like that was on Much Music all the time for like a year or whatever, for sure. What's funny, an example of that album and how the American industry is, like they didn't like that video. They wanted to do their own video. So we got another video, spent $250,000 on some carnival looking thing that got played a couple of times on Much Music or MTV, and then they just started playing the Canadian version again. So there's
it's so fickle.
They thought that they thought, well, this song's great, but this video's not good, so we got to do a different video. But people don't give a shit about that stuff. It's more like trying to figure out something just so they can have their own people feel like they're involved.